Well, hello, my dear readers on TikTok and now on YouTube. Yes, I am now on YouTube. More ways for me to share bookish content from yours truly, Fatboy Reads. For those that are new here, welcome to my channel, Fatboy Reads. I am Kai, born and bred in Singapore, and I'm here to bring you along my reading journey. So click subscribe and join me. You can also follow me on my TikTok page as well. Links are all listed below. So let's go. So I guess for my first video on my YouTube channel, I just want to talk about the books that I read in January. It was a reading heavy month for me where I dove into 6 books. Some I adored while some of them left me wanting more. So I guess let's talk about them. The first book I read was The Vegetarian by Kang. One word to describe for me for this one is haunting. Right from the start, there's this unsettling sadness that just grows. It's an uncomfortable but necessary read about patriarchy, misogyny, and society's control over women's bodies. You'll feel angry and frustrated, but you won't forget it. One of the most powerful books I've read, and that is such a great start for the year. It also won the 2024 Nobel Prize for Literature, and I can definitely see why. The next book I read was This Other Eden by Paul Harding. The book's writing is beautifully poetic. It has distinct themes of racism, eugenics, and survival. But I struggled with the number of characters. It felt like there wasn't enough space for me to really connect with them. Maybe if I knew more about the real events that inspired the story, which I believe is about the residents of Malaga Island, I might have appreciated even more. Still, to me, it was a well-crafted novel worth reading. No surprise that it was shortlisted for the 2023 Booker Prize. Another book that I read this month that I was really excited for was Palestine Plus 100, Stories from a Century After the Nakba, edited by Basma Ghalayini. It is actually a collection of speculative fiction stories by Palestinian authors imagining Palestine in 2048, which is 100 years since the Nakba. One of the stories, Song of the Birds by Salim Haddad, stood out the most for me. It was thought-provoking and haunting. These stories are actually best read slowly, letting each one sink in. So I highly recommend Palestine Plus 100. Now, for the next 3 books, at this point I think I read almost all of Sally Rooney's books. I really love Normal People, and Conversation with Friends was also a good one. And I guess January turned into my unofficial Sally Rooney appreciation month. So let's get into the 3 books of Rooney's that I read in January. Starting with Mrs. Salary by Sally Rooney herself. If you followed me for a while, you know that I really love her writing. Flawed characters, messy relationships, and even abrupt endings. Well, this one's no different. A young woman and an older guy. A complicated dynamic right from the start, and unspoken emotions. I love how Rooney makes you feel like you know her characters' deepest secrets, yet they still remain a mystery. Well, the ending here, it was open-ended, but isn't life like that too? Next up is Beautiful World, Where Are You? I really wanted to like this one. It had shades of Normal People where the characters struggle with honesty, but to be honest, I just didn't really connect well with it. By the time I almost cared, it was over. It was towards the end of the book itself. The character arcs, to me, I felt underdeveloped, and only one had a real transformation. If you love Normal People, please read this with caution, as I was kinda disappointed with this book. I'm so sorry, Miss Rooney, but honesty is the best policy, I guess. And of course, the one book of Rooney's that I really was looking forward to reading was Intermezzo, her latest book, of course. Actually, for this book, right, it was the first time where I was consciously aware that Rooney doesn't use quotation marks for her dialogue, which I find really effective here in this book. I love how the lack of it adds to the complexities of human interaction, which is, I guess, the heart of the book or rather the heart of all of Rooney's books, I guess. Peter and Ivan's relationship felt raw, and I couldn't help but sympathize with Peter more. The whole thing was emotive, and Rooney's descriptions made listening to the audiobook such an immersive book experience. Yes, I did read the physical book with listening the audiobook, which really adds to the reading experience, and I really love it. I rated it a 4.75 out of 5 stars on Fable. So please, if you're new to Rooney, you may start with normal people, but you can also start with this. This to me is really one of her best works so far. I hope to see more of this from her. But yeah, Intermezzo by Sally Rooney. And with that wraps up my January reads. Which one sounds the most interesting to you? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and follow for more bookish content. For this channel and for my TikTok page, I'm planning to, for the next few posts, perhaps I'll be diving deeper into some of the books that I've reviewed here, or which I've shared with you for this post. Obviously, I'll be talking about Intermezzo, and perhaps I don't know. Should I talk about this book? Do you think I should talk about this book? Should I tell you why I do not like this book? Well, it's not that bad, but it's not. It to me is Rooney's I don't know. I can't describe it. I guess I'm still looking for the beautiful world. But till then, please follow me again on my channel. Go to my TikTok page, follow me as well. I'll follow you back, I promise. And with that, thank you very much for visiting my channel and my page. Thank you, and I wish you well.